The Saturday night before I left, the following Tuesday, was when there was the party at the Hardys. And I hadn't seen, I guess, half of them, most of them. I had seen Marnell. She'd come over and visited me once, and Mark had helped give me a blessing the prior Sunday. But I hadn't seen Karen or Jenilyn or Shireen for a very long time, and I'd never met Bryce, so it was something I got to do that night. There was an impressive dinner spread from the instant we got there, and I was so impressed I took a picture of it, so you can see it right here. I snapped a picture of Karen while she was in the kitchen. She didn't pose. I just got her au naturel. Not the best picture, Karen, but it's practically the only one I've got. Sorry about that. I was told that Marnell and Jenilyn weren't quite ready themselves. They had spent an enormous time cleaning the house, cooking, and they were in the midst of getting themselves ready. So they didn't make an appearance for a little while, and when they finally did, it was good to see them. Although I have to admit that I did feel under invasion from glamour shots. I think that's evident from these pictures. But for them to pull that off, that's really something. I always tell Greg that I can either clean the house, I can put on a wonderful dinner, or I can clean up myself, but I can't possibly do all three at once. And they did pull all that off on Saturday night, and that's impressive. Two pictures of Marnell and Jenilyn together. The second one of Jenilyn isn't as good. Sorry about that, Jenilyn. I've got so few, though. I kept it. Snapped a quick picture of Rhett, and then landed on the treadmill. I don't really know what Karen and Marcy were discussing in this picture. I had not been privy to their conversation, and I snapped it from a distance. Jenilyn is here, sitting on the couch in the family room, and you can see Mikkel's arm on the other side of the shot, and then I took a picture of Mikkel and Rhett on the sofa. This is in their family room. It's just off the dining room. The family recreation room is really quite large. And I also got McKenna. Hi, McKenna. And snapped a quick one of Rhett at the family computer. This was right off where the dinner table was. Now, Eric, I got two pictures of him. I think I can't remember if he showed up during dinner or at the end of dinner or right after, but that's when I snapped these pictures of him. He'd come from work and gotten cleaned up and ridden his motorcycle over. Here's a picture of Mark in the family room. And then quite a bit later, I think it was almost 9:30, Shireen and Bryce came, and they had been at a wedding all day. And so they had a very long day. And I believe it was two nieces of Bryce that they brought with them. And I snapped these two pictures of Shireen and Bryce. And it's not the greatest of Bryce. I caught him blinking. It's the picture taker Bryce, not you. Sorry about that. And Landon is at the computer in this shot with the younger niece of Bryce's, and I don't remember her name. I am sorry. And I snapped another picture of Marnell again. She looked so great, she was willing to pose for me. And I also caught Mark and Eric talking there in the family recreation room. And I tried to get both Jenilyn and Bryce's older niece in this picture, but I only got a little bit of both of them. Oh well. McKenna and Rhett are in the family room, and this really turned out to be a wonderful family event. It was more family than I'd seen in years or been around. And so a big thank you to the Hardys for hosting it and putting on such a nice meal, and especially to Marnell, because she was the moving force behind everything in proposing it, scheduling it, and apparently doing a good chunk of the work. So a big thank you to her.